The Russian president has said the air crash of the Russian passenger jet Airbus 321 was an act of terrorism. The investigation has shown traces of foreign-made explosives on board. Authorities say a bomb with up to 1.5 kilograms of TNT brought down the plane flying over the Sinai Peninsula, which coming from Sharm el-Sheikh to St. Petersburg. President Putin, as maybe you just heard a few moments ago, has requested security forces to focus on finding the culprits of the atrocity. We also know that Russia will pay $50 million. This is information coming in for information about the culprits, asking the international community for help on finding those behind it. Just to remind you that we can now also listen to the head of the Russian Federal Security Service, who is talking to Vladimir Putin, saying that the crash of the Russian plane over Egypt last month was indeed a terror act.
We have studied the personal belongings and the baggage of those on board and the parts of the airplane which crashed in Egypt on the 31st of October. And based on the conclusions, we've identified traces of explosives of a foreign origin. Our specialists believe that a homemade device detonated on board, equivalent of 1.5 kilos of TNT. And that's why the airplane broke up in the air, and that's why the debris was scattered across a vast territory. So we can definitely say it was a terrorist act. Well,
Russian aviation officials had earlier said the process into the investigation really could take months. But here's a minute-by-minute account of what we know about the last moments of the Metrojet flight. On October 31st, the Russian Metrojet aircraft departed from the Egyptian resort of Sharm el-Sheikh at 3:51 in the morning GMT time. After 20 minutes, it reached cruising altitude, but at 4:13 a.m. it failed to make scheduled contact with air traffic control. And this is how the plane's altitude changed throughout the flight. After climbing to around 10 kilometers, it suddenly lost altitude and started falling rapidly. And this is the latest video from the crash site that we have.